Have you ever wondered if the biggest barrier to foldable phones isn't their durability, but something far more subtle and deeply personal? We've all seen those stunning new devices, but the true challenge might just surprise you. I finally took the plunge. After years of watching from the sidelines, I decided it was time to experience a flip phone firsthand. My choice: the Motorola Razr 60 Ultra. And I've now spent a solid month living with it, folding it, unfolding it, and frankly, putting its much-vaunted durability to the test. Because, let's be honest, that's always been the elephant in the room with foldables, hasn't it? Will it break? How long before that crease becomes a crack? Well, Motorola claims this Razr can withstand a whopping 800,000 folds. To put that into perspective, if you opened and closed it 200 times every single day, that's more than a decade of use. Now, that number sounds impressively optimistic, and frankly, it felt that way to me when I first heard it. But that promise of longevity, that sense that the technology had finally matured, was one of the main reasons I decided to jump in now, rather than 5 years ago when the first generation appeared. The early models felt like prototypes, fragile and expensive, but now, they feel like proper consumer tech. And I have to say, so far, so good. The screen crease? You barely even notice it in everyday use. The whole experience feels surprisingly solid. But here's where things get interesting, and frankly, a little perplexing. There's something else bothering me, something I can't quite put my finger on, and perhaps you, our listeners, can help me figure it out. Before this, I spent a solid year with an iPhone 15 Pro. I made the jump to the flip phone because I genuinely wanted something different, a fresh experience, a departure from the familiar. And honestly, for the first few weeks, I was thrilled with the change. It felt new, it felt futuristic. Then, just a few days ago, I needed to pull up something on my old iPhone again. And you know what happened? It just felt better. The moment I held it, navigated iOS, it was like slipping into a comfortable pair of shoes after trying on something new and flashy. It's like muscle memory, isn't it? Every swipe, every tap, it just makes sense in a way that's deeply ingrained. Since then, I've been wrestling with a nagging question. Is it the software? Have I just become so deeply accustomed to iOS, that smooth, intuitive experience, that anything else feels a little off, a little foreign? Or is it the format itself? Don't get me wrong, I absolutely love the external display on the Motorola Razr 60 Ultra. It's fantastic for quick tasks, checking WhatsApp messages, controlling Spotify, a quick glance at Google Maps. It's incredibly convenient to handle those small interactions without even opening the phone. But for most other things, you inevitably flip the phone open. And then, well, it becomes quite large. That sleek, pocketable device suddenly expands into a full-sized slab. It's no longer that super handy, compact gadget you can effortlessly manage with one hand. So, is it the size, the sheer length of the unfolded screen that's the real culprit here, disrupting that perfect balance of usability? Or should I have simply held out, waiting for Apple to finally get it together and launch their own iOS-powered flip phone? Perhaps a device that combines that familiar software with this innovative form factor? It's a fascinating dilemma, isn't it? The ongoing clash between cutting-edge innovation and the deeply ingrained habits we form with our technology. Sometimes, the future feels exciting, and sometimes, it just feels different. What are your thoughts? Have you made a similar switch, or are you contemplating one? We'd love to hear your experiences and theories on this tech identity crisis. Drop us a line, subscribe to the podcast for more deep dives, and let's keep this conversation going.